If you are in your 20s, 20 is a number that most of us can count to. It follows the number 19 and is followed by the number 21. Is it a big number? A valuable number? That depends on how we look at it. Compared to the number 5, it seems to be a big number. Say I give you $5. What could you buy? Some gum? Public transit fare? A pastry? Probably not a pastry. For that, you would need somewhere around $10. But even $10 doesn't seem like that much money. I mean, if you were paid only $10 an hour, you wouldn't be able to survive in most major cities. But $20 an hour, 1 hour of work could buy you a meal. That's above minimum wage in most countries. If you are making $20 an hour, you probably have money to spend, save, and invest. 20 might not be a big number, but it might be the start of something big. Are you 20, 23, 27 even? What are you going to do with your 20s? How are you going to spend, save, and invest them?
What's up, crew? All right, so I just got back from training a client, and they look at me, and we're talking about trading, we're talking about crypto, you know. I'm telling them where to invest their money, and they say to me, wealth is what you have minus what you want. Wealth is what you have minus what you want. And I look at them and I say, listen to yourself. Wealth is money, okay? And you get money by being smart, by putting in the work, by taking the time and investing in the right things, okay? None of this wishy-washy, wealth is what you, no, wealth is money.
Hi friends, I'm here on North Stradbroke Island, or Minjerva, as the indigenous people of Australia call it, and today I'm going to be asking people what they think their 20s are for. Okay, hello, I'm just wondering, what do you think your 20s are for?
My 20s are for having fun and
Okay.
not overthink everything. So for doing very spontaneous things, maybe just booking a flight last minute
Okay.
or taking two strangers and live with them maybe.
What was the
Or-
last minute flight that you booked?
I haven't done it.
I don't know.
Live life to the fullest, experience everything you can, and travel as much as you
Is that
can.
what you're doing?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Don't
Beautiful.
hold on to grudges, don't let little things get in the way of your dreams, and just keep carrying on.
I think our tennis should be for enjoying the life,
Yeah.
partying.
Party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Going to the parties, do whatever you want to do,
Mhm.
because when you're getting 30, you're getting old.
Ah,
I think it's for travel.
Travel?
Travel as much as possible,
Okay.
know as many places you could. Yeah.
I think your 20s are for working to create your 30s. Yeah, well, I think your 20s, you've got a lot of opportunity to experience different things, but you've also got a lot of opportunity to build things like your skill set.
yeah.
And I think a lot of people, they want like freedom and lifestyle choice as their goal.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best way to get that is by playing the long game. And
I think my 20s are for discovering who I am as
Okay.
a person
Yeah.
and figuring it out.
Yeah,
I
what does that
guess.
look like for you right now?
Right now, I've just started working full time
Nice.
in a job that I really love.
Lovely.
So yeah, probably almost figured it out.
Okay.
But things can change.
You're
too.
basically sorted.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
pretty good. How
Yeah.
about you, sir? Do you got anything to weigh in on the subject?
I think it's pretty similar.
Yeah?
It's about discovering what you want to do with your life, having a bit of fun, enjoying it, making the most of it. Yeah.
Nice, that's lovely. Thanks for sharing, guys.
Thank you.
I think that was a really insightful day. You know, we got to talk to a lot of beautiful people who are just full of love of life and love of others. And I think that's so important. As you heard, many people think that their 20s are for traveling. And you know, that's what I think 20s are for. You guys know I'm not from Australia, and I'm here, you know, seeing the world, living in a van. And this is my third van life trip. You know, I've done South America, and we also did India, which was crazy, but so good. And you know, you just meet so many beautiful people, and your perspective just broadens. And that's what I learned here today on the beach. It's just, you gotta go out and see the world.
What is time? That's a question that can mean a lot of different things. What is it made of? What is our understanding of time? What is a good amount of time? We measure time in a variety of ways. We keep track of it meticulously. Some people waste time. Is time something that we can waste? If yes, can it also be used rightly? In our last segment, we talked about money. We all need money to live, but we also need time to live. There are ways to get more money. Time, on the other hand, is in limited quantity. A productivity blog writer, Chris Bailey, crunched the numbers, and if you live 79.9 years, which is the average lifespan, after sleeping, eating, and working, you will only have 17.9 of those years to live your life, the things that you want to do. And, upon further looking, only 2.24 of those years will be found in your 20s. That is a mere 1,177,344 minutes. By watching this segment alone, you have already lost one of those minutes. What are you going to do with the rest? You could use that time to watch the entirety of The Office 269 times all the way through. But some might say that's a poor use of these minutes, of these 2.24 years of your 20s that are yours completely. You could do anything with this time. How are you going to spend it?
As I'm here on Stratty, I'm also going to be asking people who are above the age of 20 what they wish they did in their 20s.
Probably saved a bit more money. I
Okay,
think.
yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think travelled more.
Traveled more?
I travelled a bit, but I wish I'd done a bit more.
I wish I have, get time to do the things that I wanted to do, like learning how to do dancing and things like that.
Yeah.
Singing and things that I didn't do at the time because I was too worried about what others would think about it.
Yeah. Are you taking that time now?
I am, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I took the opportunity to travel and explore things before, you lock into the job and the hustle of life and the daily things that you do.
For sure.
So.
Are you traveling now?
No.
No.
I think live more the present instead
yeah.
of just thinking about the future and traveling more, enjoying more.
Wish I was less heedless.
Yeah?
I think, yeah. Just did one or two things that were a little more difficult rather than following the path of least resistance. Yeah, that'd be it.
Thank you for sharing, man.
Pleasure.
Very insightful. Have a great day.
Hey guys, so I get a lot of comments, about people asking me what I think my 20s are for. You guys know that I've been on the road for almost 4 years now, hopping from country to country. And I just think if we look at the world around us, look at water here. Water is powerful, okay? And we're going to say water is like life in this analogy. And if you try to be like a rock and you try to have a solid plan with life and you try to really cut out what you want to do with your life, you're going to be like these rocks and you're going to get worn away and you're going to eventually dissolve, But if we look in the water, you probably won't be able to see it that well, but there is algae, all right? Down there, there's seaweed. And this stuff grows anywhere, all right? It lives, it thrives, despite the weather, despite where in the world you go, there's always going to be vegetation in the water. When the tides turn, the seaweed goes with the flow, It bends with the currents. And rocks just don't do that. So that's kind of how I live my life. I like to pull from nature a lot. And just be like the seaweed, man. Go with the flow. Find your little nook and cranny. Maybe you stay there for a while, But then the currents might pull you out of there, and you got to take root somewhere else. If you're a rock, you're just going to get tossed around. You're going to get chipped. You got to be fluid. And that's how I live my 20s. So thanks so much for asking, guys. I value your support. I wouldn't be able to do this without all of you. Patreon supporters are scrolling on the screen right now. If you want to join my Patreon, please click the link in the description. I really appreciate it. Have fun out there, guys. What's up, crew? I just need to get something off my chest today. I've been seeing on TikTok and on the internet these 20-year-olds, these 25-year-olds, 24-year-olds, they're talking about how their parents are getting on them. They need to start their life. And they're just like, let me figure it out, all right? I need my time to figure it out. You had 20 years to figure it out, all right? Your childhood, that's your runway, all right? You use that time, and then when you turn 20, you can take off, all right? And people are saying, oh, I don't want to get stuck in the rat race. I don't want to work the 9 to 5. You have to get stuck in the rat race. But the only way you can finish the rat race is by setting a finish line. All right, look at me. I'm 25. I've started 3 successful businesses. I sold one of them. I now drive my dream car. I live up there in the penthouse. All right, I'm done the rat race. I'm out of it. All right, I work 3 days a week now. But I ran the rat race. I just finished it. Most people don't even start running until they're 30. Don't be one of those people. Excuse me. I'm making a video on where I ask people what they think their 20s are for. What do you think your 20s are for?
Oh, yeah, man. I think your 20s are for working hard. You know, you gotta put the time in.
Oh, really?
I only come to the beach like this after a long week of work, and you know, you put in the hours, you put in the work, and then you can reap the reward. You know, you can't do this too often. What's up, crew? Yesterday I was at the beach, all right, and this guy, he was walking around interviewing people, and he stops me and he goes, "Hey man, you know, what do you think your 20s are for?" Right? And obviously your 20s are for putting in the work. We've talked about this, we've been over this, and I turned it back on him. I'm like, what do you think your 20s are for? And he goes off, he says he's living in a van, coasting from town to town, doesn't have a job, doesn't have a 5-year plan. Okay, red flag. Like, who wants to date that guy? You know, you can't raise a family on peace and love. All right, and you.
Dude, can you be quiet? We're trying to have a conversation.
I'm filming here. It's a public park. All right.
Over there.
You just ruined my take.
You can't get more time, and you definitely can't get more time in your 20s. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then you're 30. Your 20s are over. No more, no less. Studies show that despite media and society painting your 20s as the best time of your life, they're probably going to be the most tumultuous of your adult years. In fact, a Harvard study revealed that 35 is often regarded as the happiest year to live. Another study shows that people past 60 often are happiest, as at that point they've learned to regulate their emotions better. So yes, you only have 10 years in your 20s, but maybe we've been given all that we need.
The montage is supposed to be like life, you know, and this is what your 20s are actually. It's doing your laundry, and also going to a concert and swimming.
Maybe less is more. Maybe less.
I think less is more in this case.
And you're also not saying any opinion. Like you're not saying.
No, yeah, because it's supposed to be a thought-provoking piece.
It keeps it open to interpretation, which is what you're trying to do. Like, how do you interpret your 20s? Like, you're keeping it.
And it's putting the ball in the viewer's court to make the decision, which I think is the intent of
the video.